the basic goal of an authentic Christology is to explain and to demonstrate the rationality of Jesus Christ and how those two names go together. Jesus symbolizes the historical person. Christ symbolizes the Jesus of faith, that he's this anointed Messiah we've spoken a lot about, and this is the different titles and everything, that it's the same person. That the Jesus of history is the Jesus of faith. And they're not radical, you can't radically bifurcate them. And so a good Christology says Jesus Christ. And that there's a historical coherency to that. Okay, great. There's one scholar, M. de Jong, said in this book called Christology in Context, the earliest Christian response, he says in 1988, Jesus is at the center of all Christology, all early Christology and all later Christology. Jesus himself is at the center of Christology. One caution about how this works, though Christian faith is based on actual facts about Jesus' life, now watch carefully. Though the Christian faith is based on actual history, that does not mean that Christian faith is based on anyone's ability to establish or even prove it as by historical critical methods. Did you follow that? It's rooted on history, but our ability to prove it by historical methods is not the foundation for it. One reason for this is, I think, what we talked about 2 classes ago, the category-smashing nature of what these claims are. The claim of the gospel writers is that Christ himself is the criterion for all history, and so he can't be judged by history, because he himself is the judge of history. That makes historical work a little tricky, but still possible, because these are events that actually happen. Great. What I'm going to be drawing on tonight, and just want to let you know is out there, is what is actually called the third quest. There was after the first quest for Christ, for the real Jesus was over, it morphed into this second quest, which is essentially to sort of whitewash everything you know about Christ through faith, or through tradition, or through later history, and then just say, well, what can we know about Christ just through literary critical methods? And the problem with that is you just had to kind of cut everything out of the Gospels that seemed to be supernatural. So that wasn't very helpful either, because you don't have much left. But this third quest has arisen in the last few decades, and the third quest is seeking to walk a middle path here, which seeks to recover the basic context of the first century Judaism, and then take the resurrection seriously from historical. Be open to taking the resurrection and supernatural interventions, potentially as authentic historical explanations, and to see if that makes better sense out of the data. Okay, so now